Hi everyone, it's Leslie. I just wanted to create a short video for you to show you how to work in the SIMbook chapters for the class that you're enrolled in. You can see here I'm in the SIMnet website, so I've already logged in. If you haven't logged in or created your SIMnet account, you want to make sure to get that done as soon as possible. And I do have another video tutorial on how to create your account and get logged into the SIMnet site. So make sure to look for that in the Blackboard course website. You'll notice here that I'm in the PowerPoint presentation SIMnet class. Even if you're not in the PowerPoint class, that's fine because this is just a general video on how to work in your SIMbook chapters. Okay, so a couple things about our SIMbook chapters. They contain the concepts of each chapter. So you definitely want to do your SIMbook chapters first before you move on to any of the other assignments or projects that I have listed in the syllabus. So it's really important that you read the text in the chapter and complete all of the little exercises that you'll find in the SIMbook chapters to help you understand the concepts that we're going to be working on for each particular chapter. The exercises that you're going to be working on are in a simulation. So they don't even actually open up whatever program you're working on. So just so you know that it's all in a simulation when you're working on the SIMbook chapter. And the good thing is that your SIMbook chapter does not need to be completed all in one sitting. So sometimes something comes up and you can't finish it all at one time. That's fine. It automatically saves where you're at. And then next time you come back, you can just get started right where you left off and then continue on. So you can work on your SIMbook chapters an unlimited number of times, and you can also work on them throughout the semester. However, you do want to do your SIMbook, as I mentioned, your SIMbook chapter first before you proceed on to the other items. But I am going to go ahead and leave all of the SIMbook chapter links open for the entire semester so you then can continue to use the SIMbook chapters as a resource if you would like. Okay, so let's take a look at a SIMbook chapter. So you can see here chapter 1. Right now you can see I just have all of the SIMbook chapters showing on my main SIMnet page. As we continue on in the course, you'll definitely see a lot more. You'll see some projects and other things that are assigned to you. If you ever just want to see just your SIMbooks, you can use this little menu over here on the left-hand side. So I could click on just SIMbooks, and it would filter out all the other things and just show me the SIMbooks that I need to work on still. But for this video, since we're just focused on SIMbook chapters, I just have these showing for now. So if I click on the SIMbook, you can see it comes into the chapter 1 SIMbook chapter for me. I can either click on Open SIMbook, and that opens up to the very first page of the chapter. But for right now, I'm going to scroll down just a sec here so we can kind of see what's involved in the chapter. Again, this chapter is everything that's right from your textbook, so there's nothing different about this chapter versus your textbook. You can see here I have an overview, and then continuing on, I have the different objectives that we're going to be working on. Now, over here on the right-hand side, like for the chapter overview, you can see that there aren't any points associated with it. And I've already looked at it, so I have a little check mark here. And all that's saying is that I did review that page. The pages that have the points, those are the ones that you want to focus on, and I'll show you a little bit more about that in just a minute. But you want to make sure that any of these that have points, you finish all of the Let Me Try exercises, I'll show you those, and that you have a check mark next to each one. You will notice down here, and if you've read your syllabus, you're going to know that I do assign the pause and practice exercises. But you don't have to do these in the SIMbook chapter. You're going to go back to your Blackboard course website and find the link for chapter 1. When you get to that link, you're going to find that I have the files that you're going to need for the pause and practice and some additional information, as well as when you're all done with your pause and practice, you're going to turn it back in through the Blackboard website. So you can kind of review it and look at it here in the SIMbook chapter, but it's not anything you have to do right now. And you'll also notice over here, there aren't any little points associated with it. So you can just skip over that for now. If you want to stop right now and do the first part of the pause and practice, great. If you decide that you want to do the whole chapter and then go back and work on the pause and practice, that's fine too, whatever works best for you. If we continue to scroll down here, you'll see I come to the chapter summary and then check for understanding and then all of the end of the chapter exercises. For the SIMbook chapters, you really only need to go through the check for understanding. The projects I have assigned to you, you'll find those in the syllabus, and there's definitely more information for you in the Blackboard website, links, and in detailed information on what you need to do for those assignments. So definitely you do not have to do these in the SIMbook chapter either. And again, notice that there aren't any points associated with them. Okay, so if you want to look them over, that's fine, but don't feel like you have to have check marks for all of these because it's not necessary at this time, and I've only assigned you certain ones in the syllabus. So what you need to focus on is from the chapter overview down through the check for understanding, and you want to make sure that you have at least the check marks for all of the ones that have points associated with them. Okay, so let's take a look at a page and see what it looks like. So I clicked on the chapter 1 overview. This is a page, remember, it doesn't have any points associated with it, so I know I'm just going to be reading in this page. So this is just the quick little overview of what's going on in the chapter. To move on to the next page, I want to get my mouse pointer over the little button here, and I'll go ahead and click on it. Now sometimes I will tell you that there's a little bit of a lag in the SimNet program, so sometimes I find that I have to actually click on it twice to get it to move on to the next page. The other little trick, I guess I would say, is when I'm working in a SIMbook chapter, sometimes I want to go to full screen so I can see everything. And on my PC, I just press F11. So the F11 key makes my screen go to full screen, and that helps you see everything, especially when we get to some of the exercises. So just a thought, just something for you to try. Okay, so you can see here I'm on the page that's the 1-1 or 1.1, and I'm going to be reading this information. Here you see a how-to. It's showing me how I would get this concept done. There's nothing you have to do right here, but you're just reading about how to do the concept. And then you'll see that I get down here and I have 3 buttons. One is the show me, the guide me, and the let me try. So for these assignments, you must complete all of the let me try exercises. Okay, you can definitely use the show me and the guide me however you would like. The show me button will take you through a narrated overview of the concept that was just being covered. So in this show me, it's going to show you how to create a new presentation. I'll just click on it real quick so you can see what it looks like. So it's very, very short. You can see that it's just going over how to click the what buttons you're going to use, and it has some visual as well as audio information. So if you're watching this video on your computer, you'll definitely need to have speakers, or if you're maybe in a public place like maybe the Mesa Library, you would definitely want to have some headphones so you could listen to it. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and click out of here. I stopped it, but you get the gist of it. Then there's another exercise that's called Guide Me, and let's take a quick look at that one. So the Guide Me just walks me through the concepts, and it tells me step by step what I need to do. So of course it says click the File tab to open the Backstage view. So I'll go ahead and actually click the File tab. And again, you can see all of this is a simulation. I have not gone into PowerPoint and opened up my program. So I'll click correct and then I'll go on to the next, and it tells me to click new. Okay, so you get the hint on that one. Okay, so use these as you need them. If you understand the concept and you think, you know what, I got this, then you don't need to look at either one of those. But you do have to do the let me try exercise. So for every let me try exercise in the SIMbook chapter, that's what you need to complete. So it tells me up here exactly what I need to do. It says open the Backstage view and create a new blank presentation. So I would click File and then New and then Blank Presentation, and it says I have successfully completed this task. I hope so. And then I just click Correct, and I do get a check mark here, so that tells me that I've successfully completed that let me try. Now the other hint that I will give you is just because I completed one on this page, you still need to scroll down and you'll see that there's more information on this page. So always make sure that you scroll down to the very bottom of the page to make sure that you've read everything and then also completed all of the Let Me Try exercises on that page. So if I keep going, I can see here's another one, and I'm going to continue on. There's another one, there's another one, and that's it. Okay, so let's go out of here. I'll click on the X up here, and it says, are you sure you want to exit? And I'll say yes. And let's take a look at our list to see what I've done. So I did get a little check mark for the chapter overview, and that's because I read that page and then moved on. But you can see here I don't have a check mark for that page that we were just on. And the reason is because I only completed one of the 4 Let Me Try exercises on that page. So again, you want to make sure that you complete the 4 out of the 4. You'll see the check mark. So any of these that have points, you want to make sure that you do all of the exercises and make sure you have your check marks. Okay, so again, you're only working through the chapter summary. You can read and review, check for understanding, read and review. These, projects here and the pause and practice exercises, you definitely do not have to do when you're working in the SIMbook chapter. Okay, so let's say I wanted to go back to my main assignments page. I'll click on the assignments link, and that will take me back. And maybe if I had more things to do, I could look at my projects, or I wanted to move on to the next SIMbook chapter when I'm all done, or what have you. That's where you would find it. So the assignments links always takes you back to the main page. So I hope this video has been helpful for you. Just remember that when you're in your SIMbook chapter, you can work on it anytime. You don't have to finish it all in one sitting, and you must complete all of the Let Me Try exercises in order to get credit for your assignment. Okay, so if you have any questions, make sure to email me through the course website. And again, I hope this has been helpful, and I'll see you next time. Thanks.